Good morning. How's it going? Welcome. Hope your hair is doing okay, Seth. Jeez. Um, yeah, let's switch here. There we go. Hi. Okay, that's probably a good volume. For the stream, I actually ended up not checking the bot yesterday to see how the audio volume was, but I'm guessing it was okay. Because I'm pretty sure this is the volume. Your hair is fine. Okay. Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was like just a for work thing or something, or what exactly. You know, out of context, it's hard to tell. Why do I always get those Windows notifications after I start the stream? Whack. As always, I want to drink a little bit of coffee, just chill. It's almost to the year 2022. Kinda wild. Kinda wild. Good coffee, good coffee. I do need to wake up, like, really bad. That's fine. This is from Legend of Dragoon. Interesting. Yeah, today we have our usual kanji flashcards, but I also have the numbers and counters flashcards. I kind of want to do the numbers and counters first, honestly. Yeah, so numbers and counters doesn't require me to write anything, so let's do it while I'm having my coffee. Why not? So that's Mika, right? Mika. This was, I think it was a Skuka, but I don't remember. Kokonoka, yeah, Kokonoka. Okay, now I'm making an actual effort of trying to remember. 9 is Kokonoka. 9 is Kokonoka. I actually marked that's correct. Hold on. I always do that. Good morning, Phantom. How's it going? Welcome. Working on just chilling. I'm still having my coffee. I'm checking the numbers and counters again. Yeah, I hope you're having a good morning, Phantom. Also, Happy New Year, soon TM. Okay, so Mika is Thursday. This was Kokonoka. As in ninth, right? Kokonoka. I believe 5 was Itsuka. Okay, cool. I believe 10 day was just Toka. Well, still Toka. Okay, so if you have the Tsu counter, it is just but for counter day, you should still say the Ka. Okay. I don't think this was just Nanaka. I'm pretty sure it was completely Nanoka? What was it? Nanoka. Okay, Nanoka. Well, this one, which one was this? Itsuichi. Because the Ichi Nichi is one day, which can also be with exactly this kanji. But if you're counting days, I forget exactly how it is. Tsuitachi. Okay, let's do that again. I believe this was just yokka. Yokka. Okay, cool. I believe this was yoka. So 4 is yokka. 8 is yoka. Miki-san, ohayo. こんばんは。私には、yoka. Or why are we going to the zoo, Dallas? You like this? How dare you? You don't want to see the panda scratching his butt? Wow. Well, get out of my face. Okay, let's continue. Toka, or 10th day. なんだっけ。ロッカーじゃなくてでしょ？ There's no way this is ロッカー。Was it? もういか。Yeah, no, I'm just feeling 1日。ふかだったっけ？ふか2日え？思えない。ちょっと。I want to make sure I wrote this properly. Is it really futsuka or fuka? Is the 2 big or small? Okay, 2 is big. So it is futsuka. It's not fuka, it's futsuka. Okay. なるほど。2日。もう一度。9日。That's a 9th day. 9。6日。はい。5日。5と日。はい。10日。10と日。7日。7と日。と日かな。まあ、1日。1。4日。4。8日。8。8日。2日。2。6日。6。2日。3日。3日。3。4日。7日。5日。なんだっけ？8日。Goddamn. I say yoka. I still see those messages in chat. I'm like, goddamn, phantom. 1日。はい。 10日、10、10、10日、4日、4、10日、1日、1、5日、なんだっけ、5、6日、6、9日、なんだっけ、9、9、8日、8、6日、6、2日、2、2日、7日、7、はい。We got the numbers okay. We'll be learning that slowly but surely. Tomorrow I'll add more once I get the new ones, the new flashcards in there. Coffee, oishii. 朝から最高最高はい。So we've seen the numbers. We remember, so that's cool. So, 今日は2021年12月31日。今は8時24分かな分多分24分だと30秒くらい、はい、24分、はい、なるほど。今は日本語の勉強18日目でしょ。はい、18日目。 Okay, cool. So I was making sure I was reviewing the numbers properly in terms of date, day of Japanese study and stuff. 今は漢字練習を始まります。Now let's practice our kanji with flashcards and stuff. はい。行きましょう。Let's go. So present was the money that increased over time. This was pregnancy. Higashi. Direction. Ho. This was like frost, because at the very east on Japan there's like Hokkaido at the northeast most. It's very cold there. Frozen. Yeah, sure, whatever. Umi. Beg. Nice. This was like court, right? I'm pretty sure. Courts. And we saw the actual hote. Hote. So. Hote. Hote. Like to increase, 増える。 late waste. It was the flowers dead in the river. Oh, 燃えるなんだっけ燃える Yeah, to burn. I really knew that. Again, if I ever care about intonation or pitch accent more than the word itself is because I really know it pretty well. 高 BGM 高ごめんなさい。blind なんだっけ What was this? Oh yeah, the rich pole. There's no way. To die, as in, like, right, change color. To die. That's still pronounced die, right? Kind of like die.
Die.
Die, yeah.
Die.
Yeah, both are die. Okay, just making sure they're in fact homophones. And dilution. Oh yeah, I remember. Formerly. Oh right. These little guys. Pregnancy. Plum. Right. Ciruela and just yeah. Oh, this was, what was it? Admonish? Chastise. Yeah. Phantom? What the fuck? Huh? Eh? No need enough. Phantom. Eh? Eh? What? 今日はちょっと19日目今日は18目じゃない18日目じゃない19日目はい。Oops. Yeah, I forgot to change the 19 there. So earlier when I said today's date 18, I baited you all. Sorry. Oh. Haha. Ambition. Or, well, I've seen this as Nazamu and stuff like that, right? Nazamu. Yeah. Ambition. Spoon. Quartz. Strange. I think it was this. But it could also be something like this, but I don't think it is. Yeah, it was this. Cool. Stomach abdomen. Which one do you mean? Pretty sure it's this. Onaka でしょ? Onaka, hi. To burn. Wait off! This is dragon. しない。同じ。同じ。Yeah, Rich Paul was the thing that was pointing east. Yeah. 同じ。はい。Today, oh no, Phantom, it's on you to die now. Fuel. Yeah, to increase. Higashi. Late waste. Oh yeah, to a dilution. A blind. Kata. Formerly. Ambition. To gift person. Pregnancy. Frozen. Court. For Hote, as in actually court of law and justice. Of course, to die. Moeru, as in to burn. Pregnancy. Frozen. Wow, that looks very bad. Well, you know. Courts. To burn, yeah. Where to die. And there we go. We finished that deck. Woo. Okay. Tsugi. Mikata. Mikata. Sure? Mikata. Kanata. It's across or beyond, really. Chira じゃなくて、kanata. Kanata じゃなくて、kanata. なるほど。And trust. なるほど。任せる。じゃなくて任せる。Still not sure about my intonation and stuff, but you know. Namida. Guy. That's in overseas and stuff, yeah. Yasumu. Yeah. Yeah. Yasu. Yasumu. Yeah. Sometimes I feel like a dumb idiot, just saying things out loud constantly, trying to get like the pronunciation okay in terms of pitch accent, but it's probably not paying off. Toru. Listen, to take a picture. Further. 以外だっけ？以外 I don't remember actually the accent for this. I don't know it's sudden, unexpected, surprising. Okay, not yeah. 意外じゃなくて意外もう一度お願いします。あ、これはことかな。I don't know if this is こと or like こと or if it means mono. I meant mono. Well, I did both. The thing is, both mean kind of like thing, right? But in this case, because it's specifying like object and matter as well, it's this. Oh no. Oh no. Yoshi. Right, Kuyashi. Imi? Yeah. I mean, I know this is meaning, right? This is Imi. I just don't remember if it's Imi or Imi. I think in this case is Imi, and then the other was Igai. But okay, yeah, it was Imi. And then Igai, which is not sudden but like unexpected or like surprising. Gin, this is silver. Kanata, which is kane with kata. Kanata. これはなんだっけ？変いやの変と変わるはこれでしょ？あ、これ恋でしょ？こうthis is love 恋 but in terms of like romantic and stuff, if you meant more in terms of affection towards like family or something, you'd be using I. But if it's just for like relationships and stuff with others, in terms of like, you know, partners, romantic partners and stuff, koi, this time of love. Q, as in, this is sudden, Q. Overseas, kai. So you have the seas and then outside. That's it. Umi to soto. Kanta. Himitsu. Himitsu. ちゃんと来ました。秘密。最終 as in last, final. Unexpected or surprising. This should be 意外 which is that. Okay, my E looks like a potato. It's really bad, but that it's that. To read 届く これでしょ Nice. 困る as in problematic or difficulty or trouble. It's kind of like around those things, something you have to deal with eventually, basically. That type of problem. Meaning 意味 in this case it was in fact 意味. Let's make my E not look like a potato this time. Yeah, there we go. Looks okay. The kokoro part down there I kind of did not do very okay, but you know, necessary, needed. 必要 それはなんだっけ、なるほど。これとこれかな。女。はい。これはちょっと。これは悪い。これとこれは必要。Yeah, I kind of messed up because 悪い looks similar, so I did this bottom radical instead of the onna one for instead of doing this. So I did like a mix of this on the other. So unfortunately I'm gonna mark it as again 涙 tears, sudden Q. Tor. Kumar. Pop. なんだっけ？カナダ。はい。いや、味方かな。カナダ。味方。もう一度かな。The thing is, I was not paying attention because I forgot to do something. I'm not. ちょっと待って。Okay, we're good. Okay. Final last 最終。悔しい。カナダ。海外でしょ。海外じゃない。いや、海外。なるほど。海外。 海外じゃなくて海外。意外。As in surprising or unexpected. Kanata. I don't have to do like kanata. Like just say kanata. It's fun. I don't have to, as long as it's not kanata and it's kanata, I should be okay. I don't have to do kanata. And then it's kai. So I don't have to do kaigai, just kaigai. It's fine. I don't need to. As long as it's not kaigai, but kaigai, it should be okay. Now I should have drawn it. Why didn't I? I know that is umi to soto. Imi. Igai. Igai. Imi. Hitsuyo. Hitsuyo. Mikata. Hi. Nice. Okay, so we reviewed the flashcards, Sullivan. Yay. Okay. Now it's time to learn new words. Go ahead. You want to say? 新しい漢字を、なんだっけ。I forgot to study every time. 習得しましょうかな。習得しましょう。No. Actually, let's put that in the translator real quick. ちょっとトランスレーター使いましょう。これだけ。新しい漢字、漢字じゃなくて、漢字、習得しましょう。新しい漢字、習得しましょう。習得しましょう。OK。これから習得ちゃんと覚えます。覚えておきます。覚えておきますかな。覚えておく。And I think that just conjugates like おく。覚えとく、覚えときます。Actually, let's go quick. 覚えときます。ありがとう。Nice. Okay. So, let's see what kanji we can learn today. Kanji. 昨日 燃えるとこねみました。今は BIP? What? はい。BIP. What is that kanji? ちょっと待って。Visitor from afar. マレビト？これはお客さんじゃない。これはお客さんの感じ。マレビト？まあ。So we have house, 少し, and actually it's money. VIP indicated here is an important guest making a visit. The elements are house, ceiling, few shells. Actually, I'm thinking of a house that does spare a few coins to make the right a house in terms of like a family a house. It spares a few coins just to make sure the guest, which is an important guest, is comfortable. So that accounts for roof and ceiling as a bit. And for money, it doesn't really account for the ceiling though. Which I guess the ceiling just have these things that is leaking. How do you say that actually? Hold up. Oh, leaks. Just so whenever your ceiling is leaking, you just say that the ceiling is leaking. Because in Spanish, we have a word for that. Ohayou gozaimasu, Juan-san. Hey, o genki desu ka? We're gonna say, hope you're doing okay. Hope this year went. Actually, I hope the year went okay for everyone. So. It's just, so you just say that your ceiling is leaking then? Because in Spanish we have this word called goteras. For like, right, when there's water falling down from the ceiling, there's got little water droplets, right? Falling one after another, we call that goteras. But you just say that, so you have some leaks then? That the ceiling is leaking really? I guess. PAP. Yes. Yes. Okay. Cool. Yes. Just making sure. But yeah. So you have your house, and you fix the ceiling with a few coins, because even though it doesn't usually bother you, there's an important guest coming. Which honestly, it's what happened on my previous house back in Spain. In the basement, we have a storage room, and it kept constantly leaking because it was connected to our neighbor's garden, and whenever he, or the pool or something, so water would constantly leak. So I could think of like, instead of that being a storage room or something, I don't know, someone VIP or something. I don't know. Is coming. So you spare a few coins. Yeah, something like that. Why not? とりあえず、書きましょう。書きます。That song was really quiet and I didn't realize until late, so sorry about that. Wait, isn't this Zero Emission music? No, not Zero Emission, Fusion music. This is Fusion music. これはめっちゃいいの Fusion でしょ? No. この曲。それはずです。I'm trying to balance audio perfectly. Tsugi. Ah, sai. Naruhodo. Stop, march little. Be sure not to forget the final dot on the element for march. Naruhodo. Oh my goodness, I hate this. As you grow up, right? Because this is for like age. Really, you stop going to this march and except that you used to go when you were little. I hate how much sense that does. 歳。私は22歳です。Yeah, but it's really a counter for year old. That's like the main use, I'm pretty sure. No. 他の意味があるか？ありますか？歳。年、年かな。はい。それ、years old だっけ？歳出、歳入。Yeah, okay, I can see why it's year end. Oh, I ended like, well, actually you can see the counters for years, as in, I have done 22 year and year ends of year, as in, right? I've fulfilled an entire year of my life, right? And year end, each time of my life, 22 times. Once I'm 23 is because I finished that 23rd year, right? Oh yeah. Stop going to those that you used to go when you were little. Actually, let's double check the order real quick. So it's the usual tomato. Then you do this. Then you do the thing. You do the little, and then you finish it off. なるほど。簡単。Sorry, I'm not gonna write it anymore because I've seen it quite often. I'm familiar with it because I don't have that much space left. Alright, 次. Prefecture. What is a horse chestnut? What? Okay, let's do prefecture first. Prefecture. Again, prefecture. Okay. Above the eye of a needle and below the primitive for little. Although probably the simplest of these first 6 kanji, when you begin to work on its plot and story, you will soon find that the number of strokes and the visual complexity of a kanji does not make it easier or harder to remember. It is the primitives with which one has to work that are a critical factor. So in this case, where the meaning of the keyword is so simple and distant from the elements. Remember, you can always break larger elements down, eye of a needle into eye and fishhook, if you think it helps. Right, how do we remember this? これは目とこれと小さい目 and this. But I mean, this could be combined, right, into the eye of a needle, which we've done a lot. What way can we remember something like prefecture, state? In Spanish, we can call it even maybe provincia, maybe. So a way to like separate, because a prefecture is not a state, is it? Ish. It's traditionally governed by a point. And there are 47 subdivisions. Yeah, a state. It's basically a state. Okay. Kono kanji no oboekata と考えています。I mean, this small is okay, because on a map, right, if you have something, I don't know, Japan is something like this, right, Hokkaido and stuff, it's pretty small, right, if you were to do prefectures and stuff, it's just the eye of the needle, exactly how does it, or the eye and the fish hook in a way, or straight. Yeah. I mean, we just saw that. I just saw that in Google as I was searching up prefecture. So, eye and needle, or like, because I don't want to think of straight, because straight is this, right? So if I think of that, I think I'm just gonna, yeah, kind of like that, yeah, like this. So if I think of that, I'm gonna mess myself up. So it needs to be like iron needle. Like I'm thinking of if you're looking at it on a map, right? Something with your eye or something with the eye of the needle in the map, right? In a way, and making it small, and that's fine. It's just I'm having a hard time putting it together. Any good ideas, anyone? Because let's think of a map. Right, it's easy. Here's Japan. And like a very, really bad, poor, awful Japan, by the way. I'm sorry. I know it goes kind of like this, almost like kind of like a boot, and then you have Hokkaido and stuff. And I think there are like a couple of islands and stuff. They're smaller, but you just memorize it by seeing it. Fair. I mean, I do that as well. It's just I'm using both methods. I'm forcing some kanji by saying them enough with my list of words, right? With my memo, I write down words that I see on a context, and then the Heisei kanji method. Actually, I'm gonna think of a small map, kind of like this, in which, imagine this is like the eye of a needle, right? And this is like a needle, in which they did a couple of states kind of like this, and a really small map. So the small, rather than for the prefecture, I can think of it on this map. As in, it was really small, and they were able to, like, with the eye of a needle, just kind of mark. But because the needle in this case is kind of bigger than here, it kind of makes it's probably a really weird way to think of it, but like I'm running out of ideas. Because it's either that or what. Because how does a fish ever help me? I don't think it does. I think for now I should just write it. とりあえずいっぱい書きます。それだけ。とりあえず。The thing is, I found that if I keep thinking too much about that kanji, two things will happen. Either I will never find a really good way to remember it properly, and it will just eventually, thanks to flashcards, and be like, oh yeah, it's that one, it will happen. Or eventually, because it's so weird and I've thought so much about it, and thanks to flashcards, I will remember it as peculiar as the way I end up with trying to think of it. It is, right? I'll end up remembering anyway. So there's no point in sitting here for like 20 minutes thinking about it. Right? Prefecture, which is Gen, I suppose. Agata? No, Gen. Genken. Token. Okay. I guess for now Again, the readings I'm not trying to memorize just yet. That's not the Heisek Kanji method. He has a second book that you can buy to try to remember the readings and stuff. And I don't know how I feel about that one, honestly. Not like I'm gonna finish this book anytime soon. Like this book, I kid you not, has all kanji, like literally all kanji. And a lot of those I'll obviously eventually forget because they will never get used. But I do really like the method of creating stories and imagination and stuff. As the main use was, oh no. Actually, we're on page, which one? 200. We're on page 200 out of 522. Because later on, it has how much kanji actually? Oh, it's missing a lot, is it? It has 2,000. Yeah, I guess, yeah, aren't there like 6,000 kanji and shit? Japanese kanji. The total number of kanji is well over 50,000. And overall, you're gonna need to learn in your life around 2,000. Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay, never mind. My bad. I was talking nonsense. Yeah. And here's the entire list of them. Jeez. And also has a list of radicals and stuff. Anyway, let's go back to page 200 real quick. You're probably around 500 or 600. Fair enough. Anyway, we're back to our thing. There we go. Modorimashita. Good. Okay. Prefecture. I mean, I am at like 500, but to basic meaning. Instead of actually knowing them, I probably know like 100 or 200. Which is not a lot. I don't know, it's hard because a lot of the times in my other flashcards, I do combine kanji I already know to learn more words and stuff. Right? Because I find that more relevant. Because, for example, oishi, right? Well, not oishi. This part, this flavor in a way, that can be in fact combined with this or oishi, but like that's beside the point. This like keeps showing up in many things, like imi, bam, here's the mi. Mikata, bam, here's the mi yet again. Kata keeps showing up, right? Or earlier, that I, right, I learned is combined for like imi, igai, and a bunch of other things, right? So I like to learn those combinations because they're proper words, normal words I keep seeing, right? So because I have out of 2 or 3 kanji, like 4 or 5 flashcards, it's hard to tell how many I actually know, right? But oh well. To be honest, I'm not really concerned about the number Oh, they might know. I'm just studying. I just go. Uh, Also, Jimmy. Yeah, the thing is, I don't know G yet. Jimmy, no. T, Earth, ground. Yeah, I don't know that one. I've never seen it yet, so. Horse chestnut. What the fuck is a horse chestnut? European horse chestnut. How am I supposed to? But why? But why? If you tell me chestnut, fine. Not horse chestnut in particular. Tochinami. Oh, well, it is right there. We can just think of it as chestnut because there's no way I'm remembering. No, because this is chestnut. Oh my goodness. Horse chestnut. Fine. Fine, whatever. Just fine. Fine. Yeah. I mean, again, I'm not really concerned too much about the used. Tochinami. Horse just. I'm just going through the book, making up fun stories, and enjoying learning new kanji. That's all. Again, this is more like a game. When I'm using my internet pickups decks when I'm actually trying to expand my vocabulary, and I'll add more decks over time with actual more proper, practical, useful Japanese. This just has to build a strong base of having tools to memorize and learn kanji. And while in the meantime, actually learning some that I do eventually use, right? Like Ken, for example, I probably eventually use Sai for sure. That one I've seen so much, and now having a proper kind of story to remember it is amazing. Now I'm never gonna forget Sai ever. Right? Because if I were to brute force it, it would be much harder to remember that what I did today with the story and stuff. Right? Like, I know why some people would say, I say kanji, why would you ever use that, right? You're learning so many useless kanji or so niche stuff, but anyway, so we have tree, we have the cliff, and we have 10,000, right? Gi, oh, wherever this is, I don't know how to say cliff. Man. Okay, the thing is, I can think of a tree atop of a cliff in which all the fruits, right, all the chestnuts, fall down. Okay, I was gonna say, but how do I ever correlate that to specifically a horse chestnut and not any other fruit? And then I realized they fall like because this horse is basically trying to throw them off in a way, right? So think of it like kind of like a person gets on a horse and the horse is trying to throw you off. But in this case, this horse chestnut tree does try to throw everything off, every single fruit. So that's why below the cliff, because it's on top of the cliff, there are 10,000 horse chestnuts. Oh, for really weird, unexpected word. I think I got a cool little story. See, I have a lot of fun with that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, except I keep doing the little roof, right? Kind of, it's like kata, and I should just realize it's man, and I don't need that. It's just this. Is that bad? There we go. I'm trying to leave enough space so I can do the final kanji in this page, but I don't think that's gonna happen. You know, I'm making them like way too tiny and stuff. I'm very, very wide rather than tall. So it looks like two kanji. Like 1.5 kanji that's like smooshed. Like I'm it's doing that to the kanji and it's like all over the place. Okay, Sugi, lesson 21. If you... So, you know earlier when I said... Yeah, that smile is all you need to chat. You don't have to say anything. Fucking. You know, life is very funny in that sometimes. You know, you're minding your own business and then things like these happen. Okay, so, lesson 21. If you have found any of the characters in the last brief lesson difficult to work with, I can assure you that it will get easier with time. Indeed, already with this long lesson. More important is to take heed that as it does get easier, you don't skip over the stories too quickly, trusting only in the most superficial of images. If you spend up to 5 minutes on each character, focusing on the composition of the primitives into a tidy plot, and then fill out the details of a little story, you will not be wasting time but saving yourself the time it takes to relearn it later. Oh, I remember when with Ken I spent like 20 minutes trying to find a story and stuff that kinda ended up happening. It's important. Well, that's what James Isaac believes. You know, so far on this like 500 kanji, I've had kind of being mostly successful actually with that. Like, because when I came back after 7 months and I booted up the flashcards, I knew most of them pretty well in terms of like basic meaning still. And as I learn new words, I keep finding this kanji I've learned with only the basic meaning, and the real meaning is not too far off. Or I can just actually could relate them quite easily. Anyway, scorpion. This primitive is a pictograph of the scorpion. The first two strokes representing its head and pincers. The last stroke is the barbed tail. Oh, can you see it? Oh my goodness. I can see it. Let's actually, I'm running out of space for like you guys here. So you have this, right? This, and then this, right? So you have this are the pincers, okay? So these are like these are the pincers, right? Kind of like horizontally, kind of like that. And then you have the head, which I don't know how to draw a head, so you just do that. And kind of like the body, right? And then you have your big old kind of tail with the poison thing. Bam. どうですか? Can you see it? Is it just me? See, so you kind of get like the scorpion here, right? See it? Because this is like a common enough radical. I don't think it'd be very hard to learn. Because it shows up a lot, this radical, as far as I can tell so far. Isn't that cool? Oh, I think that's very cool. So, now that we have the radical, because that, as you can see with the asterisk, is a radical, let's learn ground. So, what did you say it was? Like G? Chi? Land area. Yeah. So ground, again, from land and area is not too far off. Chi. So a scorpion and soil is not too hard to think. An earth animal. This is, of course, the full character from which the primitive ground derives. Yes. I had the feeling. I had the feeling that ground came from this character, from like this kanji, and not the other way around. Because that's usually how it has been working. Like, for example, you have a tama, right? And this I have been using all the time a radical as a head, but because it comes from this, right? Stuff like that. But yeah, anyway, so ground, a really new insect, but yeah, ground. So that and the scorpion. So ground, land, area. So I could take just the basic meaning, and because it's common enough, I should know it. But how about this? You want to protect your area, your property, right? Your land. So you put a bunch of scorpions in there. So no one dares to enter. Huh? No security cameras, no, just scorpions. I mean, I could just think of like drowned animal or something. Nobody enters, including you. Yeah. Man, this is looking so disconnected right now. It's like I'm drawing two kanji instead of one. Okay, that's a bit better. That's kind of junky, but okay, that's very disconnected. It may be a bit too convoluted of a story for a kanji this simple, but So in this case, because it's the Heisei kanji book, I'm gonna just write the basic meaning. It's here, ground, but we do know that it is a bit more than that. So actually, I want to quickly look at what you just showed me earlier. Was it Jimmy? Jimmy. Good old little Jimmy. Jimmy. Plain simple to do, reserved in behavior, modest. Because the thing is, it's cool to see this, it's cool to learn this, but why? It's modest, simple. So could you say like Japanese overall are like Jimmy in terms of modesty, right? There's this usual culture of modesty in a way. Because I'm trying to think of a context in which I would use this, because I don't like learning words as in nature. Okay, yeah, because I like learning words in a context in which I've seen them used in a way. I'll try to, for now, kind of be aware of existence and kind of remember it. But to be fair, I can already correlate the meaning, because this is flavor, usually, right? The basic meaning is like flavor or taste and stuff. And this being land or earth, I can easily make that into modesty. It's just like, a little modest guy just with a little bit of land. He's just making like some pumpkins or something, right? Something like very simple like that, so very modest, very... Well, kind of, like that. But right now, I'm not gonna. Also, we kind of finished this page. There's some like blank space there because I didn't fully. Yeah. So, we just do a little bit of kanji, just a little bit. Don't worry too much about it. It's surprising how fast these pages fall. Oh my goodness, this is the song which I shout objection as shortly after I go Ikiyari. こんな曲かっこいい。好き。Okay, so now I'm actually gonna look at my memo for new words in which I see words in a context. And I have two words that... Yeah, I have a couple of words that are bothering me that I'm gonna just straight up take care of today. First of all is I wanna learn properly narao and then properly learn shutaku. as in learning, right? Like a language or stuff. And while I'm at it, I may as well kind of remember this, even though usually the kanji is not used for arieru or ariuru. The other thing that bothers me is iken for opinion or view, because I've been learning a bunch of new words that use I lately, but I didn't know this one was one. This one existed even, right? I saw it on a Twitch chat the other day, and I was like, oh, I could totally learn this. Right, so I'm gonna do that. Iken. And that will also help me solidify that to the kanji for look is usually read as ken when it's other words like shoken, like same for the first time, right? Or like, yeah, really, that. Iken, shoken. It's probably used as ken in a bunch of other places as well, but I just don't know. Jeez. So yeah, let's start with iken real quick, and then we move on to those words for learning. Iken, as in opinion, right? Yeah, the way I saw this is just as a opinion or personal opinion, but I'll also add the other two words that show up in the dictionary, which is like view or comment, right? Objection! You got it! You knew it was gonna happen. We all knew that was gonna happen. It happens almost every day. Iken. Oh, by the way, I have a quick question. What do you care much about pitch accent? How are you going about pitch accent and stuff? I'm kind of curious. I'm kind of curious to see how people study pitch accent, or if they care even, or how they do it. Because lately it's been kind of bothering me. Because as much as I always will look at the pitch accent part of the dictionary, it's always, I just pronounce it for iken. Iken. Wait, that's surprisingly helpful. Okay, I'll give it a go. Because I was thinking of even looking for more tools or something, potentially. Better, much better. You do notice, you pick it up on how you hear other pronouncing it, yeah? Like in anime streams I watch, yeah. That makes a lot of sense. I think I am also imitating stuff like that. And whenever possible, I do try to pay attention. So for example, when I hear a word I'm about to look up in the dictionary, I also try to see if I can, if I properly heard the pitch accent and stuff. Iken じゃなくて iken. Okay. Like sometimes I do wish I had like a little bit of feedback just to know like if I'm doing the right thing in a way, if I'm kind of saying it okay when it, like, ideally I'd be in a world where if I see the proper pattern, I can make my pitch the proper thing, right? And in some cases, it should be easy, like ame and ame, ame. Should be okay, should be simple, but that's like super easy cases, right? If I had like a long word with like say 4 or 5 kana, could I properly, do the pattern? It bothers me because I can look it up on the dictionary, okay, and I know which one it is, and I can memorize it as much as I want, but am I saying it okay? There's just a tiny bit of feedback to tell me, yeah, you're kind of mimicking more or less okay. If you can see it and you know it, and I'm like, okay. Again, it's not something I care too much about yet. Once I finish like my entire book of grammar, like I'm picking up more stuff, and I could more or less organize my ideas into Japanese, I'm gonna make sure that those ideas are then properly spoken, right? So it's not some, it's properly still hayai. Oh my goodness, my brain. In my head I was like mada hayai, and I was gonna say it's too early, but then I said too hayai.次は、一件も覚えました。次は習う。はい。Yeah, so this is to take lessons, is to be taught, but to learn from a teacher, under a teacher, to get training. So, this is not what we're doing. What we're doing, I believe, is 習得. It is just learning or acquiring, right? 英語を習得するのは、なんだ、これは何？容易ではない。これは容易。なるほど。今まで簡単だけ使いました。使ってました。使ってました。使ってました。よい。Also, by the way, this extension is super. そういうこと。そういうことさん。Thank you. Best wishes to you too. もうすぐ2022年でしょ？明けましておめでとうとしてるけど、その前になんといいな、それだけ。まあ、初見者いらっしゃい。Welcome to stream. Welcome. Hope you're having a good time. Yeah, it's almost New Year. So in 15 minutes it's gonna be New Year in Japan. あと14分ぐらい。はい。まあ、続けましょう。なんだっけ？習う。はい。習う。It should be pretty simple because I've already seen this a lot in Taikim. Well, not a lot, but enough. So, 1, 2. Wait, I just realized. So yukoto is just like an expression, right? Deyukira san kana? So yukoto san kana? I don't know. I want to ask directly how to call, and I know I should use the verb yabu, but I'm not exactly sure how to phrase it, and I hate that. Just to make sure, real quick, this was minna, right? And this is right. Just real quick, don't change, please. Yep, there we go. Just double checking. But isn't this like the radicals for what exactly? Why am I associating that with wing? Or hagikana? Or stop changing. Like Shibasa. Yeah, but what is what I'm looking for? Yeah, hane, feather plume wing. Like in this case, you're kind of taking it on your wing in a way, right? The white. That's why you're teaching them something, and that's why it's to learn under a teacher in a way. No. So to take lessons since to be taught, to learn in lessons by teacher. Okay. Then this, and to be able to acquire to procure. I only really know this about because arieru and ariuru, right? For something that's possible to happen in a way. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna learn it as arieru for now and ariuru. I say because that's the way I saw it, and Taiken's grammar guide for now, and I have a context for that, right? It's kind of to be possible to happen, right? In a way, arieru, to be possible to happen. Basically, in a way, basically, kind of, yeah. So for that, it's this. Oh wait, I want to double check something real quick. No, actually, we're done with that book for now. Do you? There's an example in particular I wanted to look at. Here. So this nani toyu or nan toyu toimashita? I'm pretty sure this is like nanda toimashita ka. Because if I wanted to say how to say something right, is it nan toimas? Nanda toimas. Right? What's it actually? Let's check that real quick. Well, why not? Nan toimas. Nan toimas. Iimas. How do you say nanda to iimasu? So what do you say? Nanda to iimashita. Nanda to iimashita. So what? So we're quoting actually what to say, right? What did the person say? Nan to imashita. Iimashita. Yeah, no, I still don't know. That's why I'm so confused with that. Well, not really confused, just don't know the proper way to phrase things. No. Let's just draw some kanji and call it a day. And then once we know narao and uru and eru, it becomes, what was it? Shutaku. Learning acquisition, as in to be able to learn in a way, right? Shutaku. Saying learning or acquisition of knowledge, and it's suruber, right? Well, it's a noun, right? But it takes suru. Shutaku.覚えときます。覚えておきます。はい。覚えておきます。Actually, which reading is which one for what? This is shu and this is toku. Hold on. Okay. That should be it for now. Shutoku. While I'm at it, I kind of wanted to add this. Jishin. Yeah, no. That's Jishin. Demo, what I'm looking for is Jishin. So, Jishin. Not Jishin, but Jishin. So it's like oneself, but in terms of like the emphasis, right? Or there we go. With that, we learned quote unquote, like 5 new words. Yay! Oh, dude, it's almost New Year in Japan. Right, 今日の漢字練習ここまで。あと8秒7 3 5 4 3 2 1明けましておめでとうございます。So it's now 2022 in Japan. Japan is in the future. 日本は未来にいます。あります。かな。まあね。日本人があれば、明けましておめでとうございます。いれば。違う。So, for us Western people, we still need to wait like 14 hours. 私にあと14時間。14時間だっけ？So it'd be 4時間4時間4時間と待って調べましょう。忘れたから。I would say for hour and 4. あ、4時でしょ。あ、so it's not 4, it's just 4。あ、4時、7時、9時と4時。なるほど。4時。あと、14時間。なるほど。Okay, cool. So, let's change to this. And today we start chapter 5 for special expressions. Yay! So let me properly my vocabulary list, my vocabulary notes. And then all the grammar here. And we start a new section. essential grammar start. So, causative and passive verbs is the first lesson, is it not? Causative and passive verbs, yep. Causative and passive verbs. That's today's lesson. And here I'm gonna put the chapter 5 start. Chapter 5. Facial expressions. Start! Yay! Cool. So, let's look at the vocabulary real quick. あげる、くれる、全部食べる、着る、信じる。飽きる、出る、かける、捨てる、調べる、話す、聞く、泳ぐ、遊ぶ、待つ、飲む、治る、死ぬ、顔する、来る、先生、学生、宿題たくさん、質問、今日仕事、休む、その、部長、いい、長時間、なるほど、働く。Just play the original trilogy. So Ace Attorney is a great series. It's a fantastic series. I'm pretty sure the original trilogy is on Steam. The original trilogy. You can get it either on DS. That's where I played myself on DS. But the Steam version is probably just as good. Just do 1, 2, and 3, and it's great. Then if you want to go further into it, because the original trilogy by itself is fantastic, it's great. There's Apollo Justice later on. Actually, yeah, I'm pretty sure I bought the trilogy on 3DS. I'm pretty sure that I bought a Ace Attorney trilogy on 3DS. But yeah, then you have Apollo Justice, either on DS. I think they eventually released it for 3DS as well. Then is the one in which Athena gets introduced. Introduction is Attorney game. In Dual Destinies, was it Dual Destinies? Yeah, I think in Dual Destinies. And then it's like the one with the divine things. I forget. Talking about Countdown. I'm pretty sure this is the first. Yeah, because I remember playing this demo and being hooked. And being like, oh, I need to play more Ace Attorney. Chronicles I really want to play. Yeah, I'll probably play that on stream. We'll see. Or maybe not. Is the first yeah. So you play Dual Destinies and then if you wanna and then the final game. Yeah, so there's the original trilogy. Right, which is Ace Attorney, Justice for All, and Trials and Tribulations in that order, which usually are in a single thing. Then there's Apollo Justice. Then there was Dual Destinies, and then Spirit of Justice. That's the final one. That's like this, the two trilogies, the two original trilogies. So the original is Ace Attorney, Justice for All, Trials and Tribulations. Then you play Apollo Justice, Dual Destinies, and Spirit of Justice in that order. And then if you want, you have the Investigations, which is only in Japanese or translated by fans. Or, and then there's the Chronicles, which I want to play, which I've not played yet. There's also a Ace Attorney X Professor Layton collab thing, Although I've heard it's not amazing, but it's pretty okay. But you don't need to play it really. I'm a big fan. I played the 2 original trilogies, and I played most of Investigations 1, but I had to stop on the final chapter because of personal reasons, and I never found the time to go back. It's an amazing series. I'm a big fan. Just play the original trilogy. Start with the first game. Original trilogy, if you can get it on Steam in the first game. So you do have it, cool. And if you don't really like what you see in the first trilogy, then you should probably just stop playing the series, because maybe it's just not for you. But I personally am a big fan. Hataraku. Okay, so Hataraku is probably one of the easiest kanji I've ever seen. So, Hataraku. I'm gonna add it to my vocabulary list, to my flashcards, right now. It's so easy. What do you mean? This is just Hataraku. But yeah, I played all of the games on my 3DS except Apollo Justice. I played Apollo on DS on my flashcard. Because by the time I played it, Spirit of Justice was on 3DS, but Apollo Justice was not, and I had to find a way to play it, and I couldn't buy anything, right? So I just had to use it on my flashcard. So technically the only game I don't know is Apollo Justice. And the Chronicles. I'll buy Chronicles soon enough. Hataraku. Yeah, play it and let me know what you think. Worst case, you don't really like it too much, but you can still enjoy the music a lot, because the music is fantastic. It's so good. I'm big fan. Will do. Cool. Hataraku. Good work. It's Hataraku, right? Hataraku. Yeah. I keep thinking of Hataraku Saibo. So it's at work. Toire to iku. Well. Sure. Taberu, iku, suru, kuru, onaji koto. Nankai, iu, onaka, so. Oh! Aku. I didn't know that one. Do you enjoy Danganronpa? I have not played Danganronpa yet. Actually, no clue. Actually, I own Danganronpa 1 and 2, and I intended to play them on stream. And if I like them, I was planning to buy 3. Because I know 3 is the most controversial in a way. So yeah, you go play Ace Attorney, I go play Danganronpa. Okay, cool. Actually, I do intend to play more casual games on stream, but after I finish with BN2. I want to do a bunch of BN2 in January. I'm going to do a lot of BN2 in January, on top of the study streams. And then, once I finish the BN2 routes, and I'm probably done with... 3 was probably your favorite. Oh, okay. I've heard otherwise from other people, so that's cool. Yeah, knowing me, knowing how weeb I am, knowing more or less what the series is gonna be about, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like it. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna end up buying 3. I'm very damn sure. I know what I like and what I don't like, and I can tell at a glance. So the moment I can tell something I like, I immediately turn everything off regarding that, and I never ever investigate it. You give me a title, you give me 2 screenshots, and I see, oh, I'm gonna like this, I completely turn off everything, because I am gonna avoid every single spoiler, because I already know I like it. I don't need to watch any trailers, I don't need to watch anything. I already know I like it. And I'm pretty sure Danganronpa is that. I'm gonna like it. I've done the same call. Aku. Suku. Aku. Suku. I mean, Onaka sweet. Yeah. onakasuku, right? But in this case, aku, to become empty. Oh, this is... I'm gonna write it as suku and aku because I know this kanji because onaka suita. I'm never saying as aku. Also, it's... the radicals are so simple. You have the roof, the legs, and the craft. Aku or suku? Like, I never seen onaka no de hiragana. Wait, have you never seen it on kanji? I've only ever seen it on kanji. I've always seen onaka with kanji. Wild. It's like that other thing we were talking about, like toka. Yeah, I've heard toka all the time. You haven't. It's to thin out, to become less crowded, to empty. Neither, or both. Actually, it doesn't. I don't think it matters. As long as you're on the context, it's okay. It should be understandable. But yeah, I've always seen onaka suita as an expression with kanji, always. To become empty. To become empty, less crowded, thinner. Well, shout out to this sick guitar cover, like Spanish classic guitar of freaking, I forget the title. Not Bloody Tears, right? It's the Castlevania song. Pretty good. Vampire Killer, was it? Was it Vampire Killer? Vampire Killer. Song. Oh man. Was it? I forget. No, Bloody Tears, I guess. Vampire Killer. Chotto. Kikitai. Yeah, let's hold up. We're gonna listen to this. Hold up. Ouch. I don't want to blow yours here. No, whatever. No. Okay. Yeah. So shout out to a very cool Vampire Killer guitar cover. Good volume. Yeah. I know this. It's just, I don't know. It's I will admit, I'm a bit paranoid when it comes to audio volume and having everything balanced. I feel like I finally found a good balance for my stream and music in terms of what numbers to look at. And I felt like usually when the music is around minus 45, minus 40 decibels, it sounds pretty good. While my voice is usually as minus 15 and minus 20, it gives this good balance of you can still hear the music pretty okay, but mainly my voice is the main thing because I'm explaining and talking about things. So here the new words is fukano, because I knew kanose, fukano, but I knew kanose, right, which is the same kanose, right, as in possibility, right, kanose, but I didn't know fukano. Oi, hey, why did you, how did you get there? Excuse me, how did you get here? How? I didn't add any new thing. Fukano. So, impossible. Oh, yeah, negative and possibility. Yeah, okay. I should probably learn kanose soon enough. It's not too hard to remember. I mean, the radicals are not really that hard. Fukano. I said impossible. Kono kyokasho was already in my notes. Oi, I already know. Hitoyomu. Gaikokujin. Or gaijin, really. Shitsumon. Kotaeru. Package. Arayuru? Arayuru? What the Arayuru? 聞いたことない。あらゆる。Why does Japanese have even more words for all on every? There's subete, senbu, saying. Now you have arayuru. There you also have like minna for like everyone. What? I give up. Fukumu. Fukumu I didn't have. I didn't know. I didn't really know. Fukumu. I mean, it's just ima and kuchi. Okay. Here's the thing. This seems easy to remember. Right? This also seems easy to remember. A bunch of other I already know, and a bunch of other I don't really fully, truly know. But they're really easy to remember, easy to learn. The problem is there's so many that no matter how easy it is, there's so many that I cannot add them. I cannot add 1,000 words that could be easy to remember in a day. It then becomes impossible to then keep remembering. So I need to pace myself with like 5 flashcards, 5 new words a day, right? 10 flashcards a day. Because it doesn't matter how easy a thing is. If you pile like 2,000 of easy things, it's eventually going to become hard, believe it or not. And I believe that's just simply Japanese. Or maybe even Chinese. Like, it's not particularly super hard. It's just there's a lot. And you need to put a lot of time, a lot of effort, and patience. どうする領収書 領収書明日会議行くI'm just gonna move on for now 食べる行く朝ごはん日本酒飲むこと多いあいつ時間待つ親宿題する休日食べる話し学生廊下 OK fine 日本の酒飲むことおやつ時間待つ Okay, honorific and normal forms, that's tomorrow's lesson. So really is hot corridor with this. Yeah, I'm gonna do it right now. Roka. Man, once you get familiar with radicals, copying kanji is so easy. And like, oh, it's this radical, and this radical, this positions. Okay, bam, bam, bam. And it just kind of flows. Like a hall corridor. Okay. So it's these monster words that we just saw earlier. Ryushu sho to kaigi. This gi is monstrous. Ryushu sho. Ryushu sho. Ryoshu sho. Why did I say Ryu? Ryo Shu Sho. Ryo Shu Sho. Simplified receipt with a blank line to be filled out with the consumer's name used specifically for claiming expenses, handwritten receipt. Oh yeah, just your normal everyday word. Sometimes I look at this and I think, God damn it, Japanese. Why? Nande Nihongo? Nande? Nande? God damn it. Yo. Shu. Sure. Jeez. What a word. Yo. Shu. Sure. Receipt. Yeah, let's. Yeah, sure. Receipt. It's just a receipt. Fine, whatever. Kaigi. Kaigi. What is this gi word? Deliberation. I mean, I guess it's not that bad. It just has a lot of components. And we have Hitsugi up top. And then we have that. Oh, and I did only gi without the kai first. I'm gonna kind of shoehorn it in there. Whoops. Kai. Got. Yeah, well, these notes are looking awful. Right. Meeting. 会議会議会議会議会議会議 Okay, so let's look at today's lesson. Let's read the introduction of Chapter 5, Special Expressions. I have decided to call this next section Special Expressions only because, with the exception of the first few lessons, most of the grammar here applies to more specific areas than the grammar we have covered so far. The special expressions, while individually not vital, are, as a collection, necessary for regular everyday conversations. We're slowly entering the stage where we've built the toolbox and we now need to acquire the little tools that will make the toolbox complete. Now that we've covered most of the base, it is time to look at all the little itty-gritty bits. You're welcome to skip around the lessons, however, the examples will assume that you have gone over all previous sections. I'm just going to go through them in order. Especially because I want to learn causative and passive verbs. We'll now learn the last two major types of verb conjugations, causative and passive. These two verb conjugations are traditionally covered together because of the notorious causative-passive combination. We'll now go over what all these things are and how they are used. Okay? So, verbs conjugated into the causative form are used to indicate an action that someone makes happen. Like Captain Picard, what the fuck is that? Succinctly? What the fuck?
Succinctly.
Succinctly, in a brief, clear, expressed manner. I've never heard that before. 聞いたことない. So, succinctly, was it?
Succinctly.
Succinctly. Okay. So, like Captain Picard or whatever, succinctly puts it, the causative verb means to make it so. This verb is usually used in the context of making somebody do something. The really confusing thing about the causative verb is that it can also mean to let someone do something. Yes, this is what I've heard. To let someone do something, really. Or maybe this is a different type of verb with the exact same conjugation rules. Whichever the case may be, a verb in the causative form can mean either making or letting someone do something. The only good news is that when the causative form is used with ageru and kureru, it almost always means to let someone do. Once you get used to it, surprisingly, it becomes quite clear which meaning is being used when. Context. Ooh. So, how many more times is the book going to tell me, yeah, well, it kind of depends on the context. It's basically what it's telling me right now. Zenbu tabe saseta. Zenbu tabe sasete kure. So, here it always means to let someone. Zenbu tabe sasete kure. But in this case, it can mean either or, depending on the context. Naruhodo. Here are the conjugation rules for the causative form. All causative verbs become ru verbs. So for ru, saseru. For u verbs, change the last character as you would for negative verbs, but attach seru instead, or nai. Suru becomes saseru, kuru becomes kosaseru. So, wait. For ru is simple. Taberu, tabesaseru. Oh, so you basically turn it into a and then seru. So, hanasaseru, kikaseru. Nomaseru. Naruhodo. Shiraseru. Kawaseru. Naruhodo. Matsu. Mataseru. Mataseta. As in, I made you wait. 待たせたね。ああなるほど。なるほど。なるほど。Actually, hold up, real quick. Real quick. What is the proper intonation? なるほど。なるほど。なるほど。なるほど。なるほど。Okay, so. 食べる、食べさせる、着る、着させる、信じる、信じさせる、寝る、寝させる、着る、起きさせる、寝させる、かけさせる、捨てさせる、調べさせる、話させる、聞かせる、泳がせる、遊ばせる、待たせる、飲ませる、治らせるかな、治るでしょ、治る、はい、治らせる、はい、死なせると買わせる、はい、出演させる、狂いさせる。Okay. Here are some examples using the causative verb. Context will usually tell you which is being meant, but for our purposes, we'll assume that when the verb is used with ageru and kureru, kudasai, it means to let someone do, and while it means to make someone do without it, when used without it. For these examples, at least, just for convenience sake, really. 先生が学生に宿題をたくさんさせた。Okay. 先生が質問をたくさん聞かせてくれた。なるほど。今日は仕事を休ませてください。休ませてください。その部長はよく長時間働かせる。なるほど。When asking for permission to let someone do something, it is more common to use the でもいい grammar. トイレに行かさ、It sounds like a prisoner even in English. トイレに行かせてくれますか Can you let me go to the bathroom? トイレに行ってもいいですか Okay. Yeah, sure. That's an interesting example. なるほど。Okay, so a shorter alternative. Because of course there's a shorter alternative, because this is Japanese we're talking about. Of course. There's a shorter version of the causative conjugation which I will go over for completeness. However, since this version is mostly used in very rough slang, you're free to skip this section until you have had time to get used to the regular form. Also, textbooks usually don't cover this version of the causative verb. The key difference in this version is that all verbs become an U verb with a su ending. Therefore, the result verb would conjugate just like any other U verb ending in su, such as hanas, or what was this? Oh, mesas. No. Sas. Oh, just sas. Okay. So it's metsasu. It's just sas, whatever. The first part of the conjugation is the same as the original causative form. However, for do verbs, instead of attaching saseru, you attach sas. And for u verbs, you attach su instead of seru. As a result, all the verbs become an U verb ending in su. 食べる、食べさす、行く、行かす。Exception verb, suru becomes sas, kuru becomes sas. 同じことを何回も言わせな。お腹空いているんだからなんか食べさせてくれよ。なんか食べさせてくれよ。お腹空いているんだからなんか食べさせてくれよ。なるほど。So that's the causative, right? In terms of let or to make someone do something. Depends on context. Passive verbs. Okay, so passive verbs are verbs that are done to the passive subject. Unlike English style of writing, which discourages the use of the passive form, passive verbs in Japanese are often used in essays and articles. Okay. All passive verbs become new verbs. Replace the last ru with rareru. Eh? ちょっと Isn't this the exact same rule we saw for potential form? Eh? ちょっと Ru with rareru. Mirareru. Ru with rareru. Right? And now you're telling me that ru with rareru. Context where woo. For U verbs, change the last characters you wouldn't for native verbs and attach reru instead. Okay, so this changes from eru, right? So hanaseru to hanasareru. Yeah, okay. This one is at least different. Taberu, taberareru. Shinjirareru. But this is the same as the potential form. At least it changes for U verbs. ポリッチが誰かに食べられた。みんなに変だと言われます。みんなに変だと言われます。Okay. 怒りの速さを超えるのは不可能だと思われる。Okay. The fact that I was able to read all of that is kind of nice. Because with examples like these, it's like, oh yeah, I've been learning this stuff. So, この、なんだっけ忘れた。読み方忘れたけど、教科書。この教科書は多くの人に読まれている。It's okay. 外国人に質問を聞かれたが、答えられなかった。It was 答える、right? 答える質問外国人、外国人に質問を聞かれたが、 答えられなかった。なるほど。このパッケージにはあらゆるものがなんだっけ含まれている。含まれている。OK、なるほど。Using passive form to show politeness. Well, we will go over various types of grammar that express a politeness level above the normal must test forms in the next lesson. It is useful to know that using passive form is another more polite way to express an action. In Japanese, a sentence is usually more polite when it's less direct. For example, it is more polite to refer to someone by his or her name and not by the direct pronoun you. It is also more polite to ask a negative question than a positive one. For example, shimasu ka, shimasen ka? In a similar sense, using the passive form makes the sentence less direct because the subject does not directly perform the action. This makes it sound more polite. Here's the same sentence in increasing degrees of politeness. どうする? どうしますか? どうされますか? どうされ、するはされる。なるほど。What will be done, right, in a way? どうなさいますか? To be honorific to be covered in Alexa. Okay. どうなさいますでしょうか? どうなさいますでしょうか? Honorific plus a lesser degree of certainty. So I probably would end up using more like どうしますか? Instead of どうされますか? Like, what will it be done, right, in a way? And then honorifics just, oh, geez. They sound the same sentence, grows longer and longer as you get more and more indirect. Yeah, you don't say. Yeah, polite usually gets longer and longer and longer. Like, you can say 食べる? 食べますか? 食べませんか? Right? Longer, longer, longer. これなんだっけ? 領収書はどうされますか? 明日の会議に行かれるんですか? That just sounds weird because I'm changing it to English. So I'm thinking of it like, how does the verb go become passive? What? Huh? How do you do go as in passive? Huh? Huh? Okay, sure, whatever. 行かれる。に行かれるんですか? Okay, that just sure. Let's move on. Let's not get hung up on that. Causative passive forms. Okay. The causative passive form is simply the combination of causative and passive conjugations to mean that the action is making someone do something. Okay, the action of making someone do something was done to that person. This would effectively translate into someone is made to do something. So someone is making that person do something, right, in a way. The important thing to remember is the order of conjugation. The verb is first conjugated to the causative and then passive, never the other way around. 食べる、食べさせる、食べさせられる、食べさせられる。行く、行かせる、行かせられる。Phew, that's a mouthful. 朝ごはんは食べたくなかったのに朝ごはんは食べたくなかったのに食べさせられた。日本ではお酒を飲ませられることが多い。はい。That does make a lot of sense. あいつに2時間も待たせられた。2時間長すぎない2時間おい Making someone wait 2 hours? In Japan? Where they have to apologize for being early or late? A minute? 親かな親だったっけはい親に毎日宿題をさせられる。Okay. A shorter alternative, because of course there is. Going along with the shorter causative alternative, you can also use the same conjugation for the causative passive form. I won't cover it in too much detail because the usefulness of this form is rather limited, just like the shorter causative form itself. The idea is to simply use the shorter causative form instead of using the regular causative conjugation. The rest is the same as before. First conjugate the shorter causative form, then conjugate to the passive form. Iku, ika, ikas. That's tatasu. Tasareru. Ikasareru. Example of verbs you can't use in this form. Taberu, tabesasasareru. Hanasasareru. Oh. This form cannot be used in cases where the shorter causative form is in sas. In other words, you can have a sasareru. Yeah, the thing is, I cannot figure out how the shorter causative form itself goes. Ru with sas. So you basically cannot use ru verbs. And you basically cannot use any verb that ends in su, like hanas. Because yes. Okay. Examples. Gakuse. That's one cozy sweater. Yeah, thanks. This is actually not a sweater. This is my poncho. Hey, good morning, Axel. How's it going? Ohayou gozaimasu. Gakuse ga roka ni tatasareta. 日本ではお酒を飲まされることが多い。あいつに2時間も待たされた。Yeah, okay, so I'll really only learn the proper form. So it'd be 待たせる、待たされた。Right? 待たされた is the only one 待たせた。待たされたと待たせられた。 待たせられたと待たされた。待たされた。Okay. Yeah, I can see this, why this wasn't another chapter for more like particular and specific stuff. I mean, I honestly, the thing I care about the most is the causative form. On passive is also nice to know. On causative passive is also nice to know. The shorter versions, I guess, are interesting to know in case of manga and stuff, where those kind of rougher things are in fact used. Okay. Cool. Honestly, I want to take a little break. I've been live for 2 hours and 40 something minutes, so I'm gonna take a little break and I'll be right back, you guys. はい、ちょっと行ってきます。すぐ戻ります。はい。 Tadaima. I'm back. Okay. We're back. Hey. So, let's properly analyze and go through the causative and passive forms slowly yet again while taking notes and stuff. Hunter, actually, I'm kind of curious about what these special expressions are, how useful they are. So we'll go back to note taking in just a little bit. I want to jump through the titles real quick. So Japanese can be roughly separated into 3 levels of politeness: casual, polite, and honorific. This is for like the gozaimasu and stuff like that, right? That's longer. Irasharu, oide ni naru, humble. Play, so, nasaimasu. Nasaimasu, nasai, gozaimasu. Gozaru, gozaru. Gozaimasen deshita. Okay. Des de gozaimasu. Arimasu. Ni gozaimasu. Naruhodo. Yeah, okay, these are like the honorific. Yeah, this very honorific, very humble. This shimao chao ja shimatta. Oh, shimao shimatta. Okay, stuff like that. Things that tabete shimatta. Shimatta. Sasete shimatta. Okay. So yeah, those are, I do hear quite a bit. I'm probably gonna mess up a lot. So things that happen intentionally will be rather useful. Koto, tokoro, mono. So using mono to say whether something has happened. Mita koto nai koto. Mita koto nai, actually. Kikitaku, yeah, I don't know. Kikanakatta koto. Something. Tokoro. Tokoro, mono. Expressing various levels of uncertainty. Kamoshirenai. Desho. Daro. Also, I'm pretty sure, where's hazu? Expressing my amounts. Dake no mi shika bakari sugiru. Sugiru. Nice. Amount plus mo hodo sa. Those probably are important. Similarity to express yo mitai so da rashi poi. Yeah, actually these are pretty useful. What? Using ho, right? Or kata? I think it's ho. For comparisons, yeah. Sore no ho or better or something. Or yoru. For other, yeah, okay, that's also pretty useful. Something is something, yasui. Hanashi yasui, nikui. Que puto, buenos días. Hoy no tienes trabajo, ¿eh? Hoy no hay pega. Bueno. More negative verbs. Naide, tsu, nu. Taberu, tabenai, tabenai de. Taberu, tabenai, tabes. Yeah, okay, now I'm kind of lost. Hypothesis and concluding. Oh, wake. Toyu wake de. That's important. Expressing time-specific actions. Bakari, like, constantly. Or what just happened, okay. Totan ni nagaru makuru. Okay, those I'm more unfamiliar with. Sono mama de. Learn something, yeah. Panashi. Panashi? Okay. Yeah, so These are there are some pretty useful stuff here, including what I'm just saying. Okay, so these lessons will still be important and relevant. Advanced topics we'll see there. Yeah, we're gonna eventually see all of this. I don't see why I should skip over anything here. Even less so when I do consume a lot of anime and manga and media like that, as uncommon as some forms may be, I'll probably eventually see them anyway, right? Causative and passive verbs. So causative, passive forms. Yeah. Okay. Causative verbs. Yeah, the song goes in. Okay, so basically, I used to indicate an action that someone makes happen. So, this verb is usually in the context of making somebody something. It can also mean to let someone do something. So, when the causative form is used with ageru and kureru, it almost always means to let someone do something. Zenbu tabesaseta. Zenbu tabesasete kure. Tabesasete kure. Zenbu tabesasete kureta. はいはいはいはいはいはい。なるほど。なるほど。なるほど。Okay, so causative verbs. It can either mean to make someone do something, or to let someone do something. So yeah, I do like the when it's used with ageru and kureru, almost means to let something. I'll add that as a little note here. When used with kureru or ageru, usually means to let. So yeah, when asking for permission, it is more common to use temoi. Okay, that we already saw earlier on the book, so we're good. So let's write the conjugations. For do verbs, right? ru verbs. Replace ru with saseru. Where should I do it? Down here or right here? I'm debating whether to write it here or here. I'll write it down. Replace ru for saseru. So an example would be 食べさせる To be honest, 食べる is the go-to ru verb, honestly. It has been for this entire book, always. To be fair, it's a very common, very common verb. Like every day you you want to eat something, someone didn't let you eat something because for a reason or another, you couldn't eat something, you want to eat something, eating is so common, so constant, that, like, why wouldn't it be, right? And it's like pretty easy to conjugate and stuff. This is just 食べ. For verbs, change the last character as you would for negative verb, but attach seru instead of nai. So replace the u for a and then add seru. I think that's, for me, it's easier to understand thinking of u to a, because if you start saying, oh, do kind of like when you do for negative, my brain does the negative automatically, okay? I don't think of iwanai there, iwanai. I just think, oh, iwanai, hanasanai, kikanai. Like, my brain just automatically does that at this point, because it's such a common thing, right? To put a normal verb in negative. Well, I tend to do that, and then I go, wait, let me use the stem, and then masen instead, like, ikimasen, hanashimasen, hanashimasen, hanashimashita. Is that how you say it? Hanashimashita? Yeah, I guess so. 話しませんでした。Well, anyway. For u verbs, please. U for a. And then that's seru. Seru. And what I'm gonna put here is kawaseru, because that's like the only exception, because it's not kawaseru, it's kawaseru. Which I'm guessing that's why he put exactly the negative thing. Kawaseru. And seru. Aren't these like pretty notes? I say that every stream, but I am proud of my notes for like 95% of it. Look at this. I say it and I do it because literally every single note I've ever taken has been absolute trash and garbage. Illegible dumpster fire. I want to write the short to alternative here as well on the same page. Like I don't think I'll ever be using this. Well, not anytime soon, anyway. I mean, I think again. I don't know, something about it didn't click with me. The sus thing kind of bothers me, and I don't know why. Okay, and then this is a shorter version of the causative conjugation, which I will go over for completeness. However, this is version used in various rough slang. You're free to skip the section until you have had the time to get used to the regular form. Yeah. So in very rough slang. Yeah. So. Shorter version, rough slang. So for do verbs, it's do for sus, and for u verbs, the a but with su. So hanasas, hanasas, I guess. Ikas, hanasas, ikas. Gawas. Hold on. So ru becomes sus instead. For u verbs, u for a plus what was it? Su. I'm just gonna put it on red. I don't want to use my highlighter. For example, tabesas. The other example again would use kawasas, right? Oh, iwasas, I suppose. Iwasuna. Oh well, I've already written the kanji for then we put examples. I believe I have space for 3 examples down here, which we're gonna put the final one for really rough slang, one in which is obviously let, and the other one in which is obviously make. So, 先生が学生に宿題をたくさんさせた。と、今日は仕事を休ませてください。Yeah, I like those 2 examples, 1 and 3. その例題好きだから書きます。今まで日本語で喋りませんでしたっけ？すみません。まあね、この配信を見ます人をあんまり日本人がいないと思ったからただの英語で喋った。喋りました。先生が学生にでしょ？学生に宿題をたくさんさせた。I need to put the example verbs, the exception verbs somewhere real quick. Suru is saseru and kuru is kosaseru. I'll find some space after. Kyou wa shigoto o休ませてください。休ませてください。So, because basically all become blue verbs, right? So, no. All become blue. And for the short version, no. All become ooh. And finally, let's put this line example. 同じことを何回も言わすな。何回も言わすんな。I don't think I need translations nowadays, honestly. Because 先生が学生に宿題をたくさんさせた。はい。 と分かっています。今日は仕事を休ませてください。と分かっています。同じことを何回も言わすな。I want to put one for this to make me say. Okay. I am unfortunately kind of run out of space, so I need to put the exception verb somewhere. Suru is saseru, and guru is saseru. Gosaseru. I'm putting here only guru because saseru is already down here. So not my cleanest note page, but pretty complete. Yo, BN3 remix, let's go. Ketchen. Passive verbs. Yeah, I don't think I need an explanation of what a passive verb is. Causative, it could be either let or make, fine, but passive, I don't think I need any. So I'm just gonna jump into the conjugation right away. For ru verbs, ru for nareru. For u verbs, areru. So, hanasareru. What bothers me is that this is exactly the same for as the potential form. But yeah, I know, context. But like, come on. Okay, so. Ru verbs. Ru for nareru. Ru verbs. U for a plus rareru again. Actually, plus reru only. And then the exception verbs. Suru becomes sareru. Guru becomes kurareru. Okay. Again, I'm gonna put the example of you, iwareru. Just to make sure that u to a, u to i, u to a is completely understood, right? Like, 暑くなったから dude, it's kind of hot. because I'm wearing like too much stuff. Really, I'm wearing like a couple of t-shirts. This on the poncho, and the poncho is like really hot, really warm. Kind of dying over there, dude. Over here. Okay, so let's see. So I'm just gonna put that it's more polite to use passive, especially in questions. Just yeah, using passive form is another more polite way to express an action, especially in questions. Yeah. Questions as well. So let's put like 2 examples, and then we can do the causative passive forms on the second page, and we'll be done with today's lesson. Orangeが誰かに食べられた. I kind of like the example. Or 3 actually. 思われる. Yeah, actually, let's put 1 and 3. The fact that it is Porichi does kind of bother me. Freaking katakana. Porichi ga dareka ni taberareta. Yeah, because this in no context, unless it's like very specific, will mean it was able to be eaten by someone, right? Unless it's like a very special big porridge that is like a big and it's like a restaurant special, and if you eat it full you don't pay kind of challenge, right? I suppose, but I doubt it. 怒りの速さを超えるのは不可能だと思われる. I really like that example. I don't know why I like it so much. 怒りの速さを超えるのはちょっと超えるかな。超える。ちょっと超える。何が違う？超えると超える。Crossover, pass through, pass over, go beyond. for this. For this is to exceed, surpass, or to be more than. I don't think it's fully clear. In this case, fine, yeah, because to exceed, you're more surpass the speed of light, right? In a way. 超えるのは不可能だと思われる。不可能だと思われる。So it is thought that surpassing the speed of light is impossible. Yeah. Okay. And then causative positive form. Causative positive form. Or forms, I guess. Either or. Okay, so the causative passive form is simply a combination of causative and passive. So this will eventually translate in someone is made to do something. The important thing to remember is the order. The verb is first conjugated, so first conjugated to the causative and then passive. Because whenever you use first the causative, you're always making out a new verb. Then when you're passing it to passive, you always have to change the lu for rareru. So let's look at the notes real quick. So for example, 食べる、食べさせる、食べさせられる、食べさせられる、食べさせられる。はい。In case of 買う、買わせる、買わせられる。行く、行かれる、行かせる、行かせられる。行かせられる、行かせられる、行かせられる、られる、れる、れる、れる、れる。別れられる。わかる、わかられる、わからせる、わからせる、わかせ、わから。So, actually, this is a mouthful. So, not wakaru, right? So, let's think of to force someone to understand. So, it'd be wakaru. It's so wakara seru, right? Wakara seru. So, wakara seru, wakara serareru, wakara serareru, wakara serareru, wakara serareru, no, wakara serareru, wakara serareru. Oh, jeez. Funny how Japanese works sometimes. So, effectively means someone being made to do something. order is causative conjugation and then passive conjugation. Causative and then passive. So I'm gonna put just examples here because it's 食べさせる、食べさせられる。食べさせられる。So we essentially have three parts here. 食べさせられる。Which is the stem, right? Basically. Then we have the causative, which is 食べさせる. And then we have the passive of said causative. So 食べさせる、食べさせられる. Or 生かせられる、生かせられる。生かせられる。ラリルレル、ラリルレル、ラリルレル。This is the causative, and this is the passive. It's hard to, oh yeah, no, actually you can see just okay what notes I'm taking. Do I even want to bother with the shorter alternative? Ikasareru. So basically, we're gonna put it as a note here. Shorter / slang alternative is making causative slang passive. So su into sareru. Unless it ends up being sasareru. No one says that. And then I have for like space for like 2 examples. Wait. No. Ai-san. Konnichiwa, konbanwa. Ohayo. Welcome. Sorry, I was so focused taking notes I didn't realize. Shokensha, irashai. Welcome to the stream. The word rareru, saseru is a passive word. It is a word that even young Japanese do not handle well. Yeah. It's quite a mouthful to say rareru, right? Taberareru, taberareta, and stuff like that. It's kind of a bit of a mouthful so far what I've seen. And especially when it's causative passive form, tabesaserareru, tabesaserareru, ikaseserareru. Right? It's a bit of a mouthful. It's a bit hard, but oh well. It's it's cool to know it and understand it. So yeah, welcome to the stream. Hi. I sit down here every day and study Japanese. Hey. Hi. So, how was your stream? I think you were streaming earlier this morning. I think I hadn't had my coffee yet, so I couldn't tell. I think so. Because every morning I wake up coffee stream, and I can barely tell what's going on around. Okay, so let's put two examples real quick. あいつに2時間も待たせられた。No, but this is a weirder example than the more common this. Where was it? Here. No, I guess I lost it. Mataseru. Yeah, mataseru, mataseta, as in I made you wait, right? In this case, I guess I'll use example 1. I feel like that's the most clear example. 例題1を使います。そうそう。書きます。朝ごはんは食べたくなかったのに食べさせられた。朝ごはん。朝ごはんは食べたくなかったのに食べさせられた。Whew. Yeah, I guess I'll use example 1. 私が廊下でしょ。ちょっと廊下学生が廊下に立たされたでしょ。立たされた。学生は廊下に立たされた。触ったやない。された。I forgot to put that here. So it'd be that's立たされた。That's たされた. This in Morse slang, right? Okay. And with that, my page and notes are complete for this lesson. For causative and passive verbs. Completely. Whew. What I got? This is for tomorrow, though. Honorific and humble forms. Yeah, I know. I've been studying for like 3 hours, 45 minutes almost. So I think I'm gonna unfortunately call it a day. というわけで、今日の配信を終わりたいと思います。見に来てくれて本当にありがとうございます。皆さん、お疲れ様でした。Okay, I think I'm just gonna end the stream, call it a day. Been studying for like almost 4 hours. It's been a good session, but I am tired and I gotta prepare for some New Year stuff with family in Spain and stuff. So yeah, cool, yay. Yeah, now I kind of want to host someone, I suppose. It's kind of weird when it's New Year's and stuff. Sure. Everyone's been streaming for so long. I feel like they're just gonna, I don't know how to host. Bam, you. Hiryu さんはRTA のことをやっていますみたい。So yeah, I'm gonna send you guys over to Hiryu and I'm gonna call it a day. Thanks for watching again. See you guys tomorrow, or rather next year. Have a good one. Take care. Bye bye.